What an amazing, amazing move by Jon Gruden today on the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys get robbed, overpaying for Amari Cooper when Amari Cooper was probably worth a third-round pick. The Dallas Cowboys today, what a sensational, sensational move by Jon Gruden today and the Oakland Raiders. I mean, a lot of people today are looking at Chucky. You know what they're saying to Chucky today? They are saying to Chucky, Raiders fans, they all don't like Jon Gruden because he dealt Khalil Mack. Well, you know what? It's a business. And the fact is, Jon Gruden now has 3 picks. This Raiders team is absolute dog shit. I look at the Raiders now, and they need I don't think Derek Carr's the answer. Marshawn Lynch is old. Their whole team is filled with character guys from the Del Rio years, where the culture is terrible from Jack Del Rio, and Jon Gruden's going to get to build this thing over again. The Dallas Cowboys, I don't know what Dallas is doing. Michael Gallup showed yesterday that he is fine at wide receiver. I don't know why people are going to that's interesting. I didn't even know it was Cooper's last year of his contract. Amari Cooper, the Dallas Cowboys, I mean, maybe you could say they need more weapons, but it isn't like Dak Prescott is throwing it down the field. And it's not like the Dallas Cowboys have a problem with, they couldn't run the football yesterday. It's not like Amari Cooper is going to be this difference maker player. He has mediocre speed. He's a decent route runner. He's a possession receiver. And payback, I mean, the guy is a third-round pick, and now you're giving up a first-round pick when the Dallas Cowboys, I mean, you guys can use another corner, another pass rusher. Connor Williams is not the type of player that you guys signed up for in the second round. I mean, you guys should have selected Anthony Miller. That Connor Williams pick is not looking like a good pick at all. So, the Dallas Cowboys, like, I don't trust Dak Prescott. I don't like the coaching staff at all. And now you're giving away a first-round pick. The Oakland Raiders killed him. And you got to give Jon Gruden so much credit. Exactly right. And Earl Thomas, I mean, you needed to, exactly, and that's a second-round pick for Earl Thomas, and Earl Thomas is a Hall of Famer, where Amari Cooper, is not even looking as good as Jordy Nelson's looking. I mean, Amari Cooper is a C-plus receiver in this league. He's not great at creating separation. Does he have elite ball skills? No. No, he doesn't. He doesn't go up, and he doesn't have elite leaping ability. Tavon Austin, it's not like Amari Cooper's going to take this Dallas team. This Dallas team is a run-the-football team, and it's a terrible trade for the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, now the Oakland Raiders are Lalo. The quarterback from Alabama can't come out this year. So if I were Jon Gruden, I would continue to get defensive players maybe, and just build this thing from the ground up. I'd get Devin White from LSU. That's what I would do. Wow, that's amazing. Entertainers here, he's saying that 14% of a drop-off. The Raiders do need another quarterback, but they also need a running back. The Raiders need a whole roster revamp, and I don't like Reggie McKenzie, but the fact is Reggie McKenzie, I don't know. I want Jon Gruden to be the general manager of the Oakland Raiders. I don't want Reggie McKenzie getting in Jon Gruden's way really at all. Khalil Mack is at least a special talent that is at least going to be a nominee for Defensive Player of the Year. But the Raiders got 2 first-round picks for Khalil Mack. The Raiders are going to be owning this first round. Look at the Chicago Bears right now. They're a 500 football team with a below-average quarterback in Mitchell Trubisky, who really played like shit yesterday, overthrowing receivers. So the fact is that the Chicago Bears, the Chicago Bears might miss the playoffs. We know Oakland's going to be the worst team in the NFL. They're going to get the #1 pick. And the fact is about the Cowboys is that they can't even beat the Redskins. Jason Garrett plays to lose football games. And I don't know if I really even like Dak Prescott as a player that much. I've never really liked Dak. And I just don't even know. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys, I mean, their defense yesterday was letting Adrian Peterson go up and down the field on them. They were down 20-10 yesterday. They would have been lucky to get that game to overtime yesterday. And I don't know, the Dallas Cowboys, I mean, the fact that they're paying for a wide receiver when Michael Gallup is playing really well, when Terrence Williams is getting suspended and you're going to be getting him back from suspension. I mean, you have Cole Beasley playing at such a high level. You have Rico Gavers. You don't need more wide receivers. What the Dallas Cowboys need is more of a pass rush. They actually need a guard, which Connor Williams is not playing that well. And Jeff Heath is going to get older and slower each and every year, and they need better corners. I mean, Chidobe Awuzie maybe is playing okay. Byron Jones is good, but the fact is Anthony Brown's a slot corner in this league, and their defense is just not that creative, and their offense is frankly terrible. Their offense on the road is terrible, the Dallas Cowboys. They went to the Houston Texans, and they sucked in Houston. Their offense sucked away from home. In Seattle, their offense sucked. I mean, if they can't run the ball in the middle like they used to, and Dak Prescott is unwilling to throw the ball deep. And the fact is that this new coach next year that the Cowboys are going to want is not going to like that they gave away a first-round pick. So I guess Dallas is in win now. They better win this damn division, or else Oakland is going to be owning them at the draft. Because if the Cowboys don't win this division, it's looking like the Eagles or the Redskins are going to win the division. Dallas is not going to have a first-round pick for the new coach. Who the hell's going to want to come to Dallas where Jerry Jones basically steals every ounce of any being that makes you a part of a human being? I mean, Jerry Jones runs the complete circle there. You have no control if you're a head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. You have zero coach at all. You have zero control of what you're doing if you are in charge of the Dallas Cowboys. It's Jerry Jones. Any person you want, any player you want, it's all Steven and Jerry that are doing this. And the fact is about Cooper is that I like Cooper's personality a lot. He's not a problem. He's the anti-Odell. He's an anti-problem. He is actually a very good guy. So I don't hate Amari Cooper. I think that Cooper is very fast. He's a 4.4 guy. He was very good in his first year. Now, maybe it's all Derek Carr's fault. Derek Carr hasn't been very good, but Jon Gruden and Greg Olsen, they throw the ball about 40 times a game. And, you know, he's not a physically imposing guy. Maybe you could put Amari Cooper in the slot, and maybe Cooper can do better. But the fact that they're giving up a first-rounder, it's a brilliant trade for the Raiders. I like the Khalil Mack trade. And I think that the Raiders are, again, owning this. And the Dallas Cowboys, I hate everything that they're doing. I wouldn't really buy into Dak Prescott, because Dak Prescott could always be Blake Bortles. I look at Dak Prescott and I'm not a believer in Dak Prescott. I look at Gallup, and I thought that was a really good pick out of Colorado State. And I think Gallup is going to be very good, but I hate Scott Linehan. The Cowboys never do anything exciting. They always stick with the same shit, and they finally take a risk in the completely wrong manner. So, I don't know. I mean, payback, do you really see your team winning the division? I don't think it's a late first rounder at all. I think the Cowboys, if they miss the playoffs, it's going to be a 14th pick in the draft. And we could talk about what the Raiders can do. Now, Gamer asked me a question. Do you see Patrick Peterson going to the New York Jets? And the answer to that question is I don't think the Jets need another cornerback at all. I think the secondary is pretty good, and that is going to be worth a first rounder, maybe 2 first rounders. Demaryius Thomas is a perfect guy to trade if you're Denver because he's older. Cortland Sutton is that team. That's a team that trading Demaryius Thomas for a second rounder would be a brilliant, brilliant idea because the Denver Broncos need a quarterback, and for Demaryius Thomas,